What up, YouTube? It's your boy Bravo, back with another video. Some Helldivers content. Refreshing. Yeah, we got a new patch. We got a new MO, we got a new Warbond coming out. But before I delve into the deets about that stuff, before we go over all that, I'm sure you guys have probably seen other channels and whatnot. I just want to introduce myself because those of you that are going to come across this video, you may not be familiar with me. So, my name is Bravo. I'm Bravo Vet. I'm coming off of Twitch. I'm a military, medically retired military veteran that primarily focuses on content dealing with Helldivers because that is my main game right now. Honestly, I can't find any other game to take me off of this game. So I'm going ham right now with Helldivers. I'm loving it. I think it's a very heavily underrated game, unfortunately. But you know, it's not, I guess, for everybody, but it is for me. So that being said, we're going to be dropping a lot of content involving this game. I'm streaming YouTube on this game. I stream pretty much every single day, evening times, because I'm a husband and a father as well. So stick around. Please help the channel grow. Drop that like, drop that sub. Helps me a lot, and I appreciate every like and every sub that comes my way. I'm excited for this journey. Please join me in it and whatnot, and we're gonna have fun. I run a Discord, Helldivers Discord community server. So if you guys are sick of, trying to drop into random groups and you guys are actually looking for a community to join that is heavily focused with Helldivers, hey, discord.gg/liberty. The link is also in my bio and my channel. Drop in. We have about 130 members in there. About 80 plus of those are Helldivers themselves. So please feel free to join. We usually have we could have about 2 to 3 squads going. Usually in the evening time, everybody's grouping up with each other. Feel free to drop in. I like to see it. I want you to come in, feel welcome. Be good to meet you guys and whatnot. So that being said, moving forward, let's dive into this new update. Because I've been waiting for a good update. I've been waiting for a new Warbond. I'm maxed myself. I'm sure there's quite a few people that can probably relate to that. Being max level, everything's capped out. Samples, medals, you name it. We're all capped out. We're waiting to spend that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited for the Warbond. It looks like we got a. If we look at it, looks like we got a. A YEEHAW. I call it a YEEHAW Warbond. Right out in the west, ride my horse and beat up some bots kind of Warbond. I'm just sad they didn't bring the horse. They didn't include the horse in this. So, but it is what it is. So it looks like we got I don't know. I'm gonna get the Warbond because I have all the Warbonds and I've already maxed them all out. So I'm gonna be starting on this one because there's nothing else to start. We got some new armor sets. I heard there was some leaks. We're going to have to look into that about the actual stats of these armor sets that was released this morning via Twitter or X. We're going to be looking into that. But from the looks of it, new cape, new drip. Okay. New tippity hat. I'll take it. Player title, sheriff. I don't know. You can't see it because of my camera there. But yeah, we got that. Got the dynamite. I'm actually intrigued about the dynamite. I'm intrigued about the dynamite because I like to go boom. I like big booms. I don't know about you, but ever since the portable hell bomb, I've been booming. There's been a lot of booms going out. All right, so I'm interested in the thermite as the extent of what that does. Sample extricator. I don't know what the hell that is. We got looks like we got the hover backpack here as well. We got the Talon. We got the Deadeye. The hover backpack, I don't understand that. I feel like the way the game has been set up, we are able to adjust, we are able to change the settings on our weapons. So, therefore, I just don't see why they couldn't do the same with the jump pack and just include, the hover part of it as a setting. Just change the setting. go from jumping into a hovering status. I feel like they could have that could have been a simple addition. They could have implemented that easily into the jump pack. But you know what? They decided not to for whatever their reasons are. That's cool. It is what it is. But regardless, we're getting it all. We'll try it out. We're going to have fun with it. I might be able to test it out here shortly once I start streaming. Start testing out some of these things here. Aside from that, let's delve into these patch notes. I've heard we got a lot of buffs going on. A lot of good buffs. Some of these are some good buffs that were really needed from what I heard. So let's get through it. Let's get to it. Helldivers 2 up to balancing. So we got the primary weapon, the Reprimand. I've heard great things about the Reprimand. I've used the Reprimand. I feel good with the Reprimand, especially at the burst setting. I love using the Reprimand. It's good medium armor penetration. And it helps you so you don't really go through your mag as quickly too. But looks like we got a spread decrease from 50 to 40. Okay, that's cool. I could deal with that. I like that kind of. So they've done that. They got the Slugger. I've heard some good things about the Slugger. The Slugger is pretty solid too. Spread decrease from 20 to 6. Damage increase from 250 to 280. So it's a tit for tat. It looks like we're getting from here. So that's not too shabby. I'll take it. I think I've only used. I'm not gonna lie. I think I've only used the Slugger maybe once or twice. I haven't really messed around with it. I played my primary weapons are. I play around with the crossbow a lot. I've played around with the Reprimand. I played around with the Cookout. I played around with the Breaker shotgun back when it was pretty OP and whatnot. But then ever since they dropped the Purifier, I've been using the Purifier or the Scorcher. The Scorcher, I think it is. Against the bots, against the bugs, I'm using crossbow. It's just the Cookout. Can't go wrong with the Cookout. I've been using that. And I've even gone as far as going back into the Incendiary Breaker for the little dingbats that are in the sky, the Shriekers and stuff like that. That good widespread really gets the bulk of those little light armor enemies out the way. So, but good things about the Slugger. I'm gonna have to test this out. They gave us some good damage increase. That's good. The Liberated Concussive, I played around with it. They increased the fire rate, increased from 320 to 400. That's a big boost. That's a big boost. I'll have to check that out. The last time I played with this wasn't too long ago. Was against the Predator strain. I felt it was all right. Honestly, I felt it was all right. I wasn't too crazy about it, but moving forward, that's the Liberated Concussive. The Diligence, magazine capacity from 20 to 25. Okay, so we get like a 5 cap raised on that. The Knight, damage increase 65 to 70. Minuscule, small little buff. The Star 11 SMG, small damage buff to that. We got the Defender, 75 to 80 damage increase. Small buff to that. Let's see, the Pummeler. The Pummeler, I've heard some whispers about the Pummeler. Damage increase from 65 to 7. Okay. Now requires less shots to apply stun on applicable targets. Stun value increase from 1.0 to 1.25 per bullet. I'm going to have to test this out because I'm definitely interested and intrigued by that. I'm gonna give, that's definitely a weapon I'm definitely going to try out for. Stun value, that'll definitely go well against, actually it could do well against the bots and the bugs. Probably the Illuminate as well, but I'm going to give that one a good, take that one out for a test run. The Liberator, our basic weapon from day one. Damage increase from 75 to 80. Okay, so that's a small damage boost there. The Star 52 Assault Rifle, damage increase from 75 to 80, or from 70 to 80. Okay, we got a damage boost there. Okay, so it looks like for the majority of this, it looks like they just buffed the damage output on some of these weapons, and I'm gonna assume it's because they're really starting to throw at us the harder enemies. They have something in the works. Arrowhead has something in the works. Joel has something in the works, and they have to compromise for that. You know, they have to make up for that because they can't be throwing out these hard enemies and not making up for that with not giving us damage boost. We have to be able to take these enemies out. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I'm taking this right now. Damage, the Adjudicator, Damage increase from 90 to 95. Okay, so they're all basically the same. The Tenderizer, I've heard great things about the Tenderizer. Damage increase from 95 to 105. Okay, I last time I played the Tenderizer it was against the bugs. I wasn't too big of a fan of it, but it wasn't for me. Maybe it's for some of you guys out there that love rocking it. Hey, this is something good for you. The Eruptor, projectile armor penetration increased from medium to heavy. Projectile lifetime increased from 0.7 to 1 second. Okay, cool. I see. Not too shabby. Stratagems. 110 millimeter rocket pods uses increased from 2 to 3. This is big. This is good. I love using my Eagle rocket pods. I love using my Eagle strikes. You giving me an additional use, really, that one additional use can really come in handy. Exo Patriot suit, the Patriot exosuit. We got the Emancipator exosuit. All right, cool. Uses increased from 2 to 3. Let's go. Yo, I can't tell you how long I've been waiting for them to give me an additional use for this. Because I made, not too long ago, I was maining the exosuit to help take out the bug nests when fighting the Terminids. And I really had to, you really have to pick and choose wisely when to use that exosuit. Because you only got 2 uses. Or if yours got blown up for some stupid stuff that happened or whatever happened, you know, we all run into something bad that happens to your exosuit. You fucking step on a mine or something like that. Guess what? You're out. You're down 1 exosuit. You know, but now giving us 3 uses is huge because now that's 3 different times I can actually call in my mech to actually put in some work. This is good. I'm actually happy and I'm excited that they increased this one. The only thing I wish they would add more to it, because now enemies seem to be getting a little stronger, is I really want them to buff the armor on our exosuits. I can't be walking into bots, especially into Devastators, rocket bots. I can't be walking across the terrain and then I just get hit by 2 patrols of Devastators just railing me with laser fire, dude. I have to be able to take that. You know what I'm saying? So I really want them. I really think they should. In the future, I really think they should buff the armor for that. That would be pretty cool to see that happen. But I'll take for what they're giving us now. This is a step in the right direction. Uses increased from 2 to 3. Let's go. Moving on. We got the sterilizer. Ergonomics increased from 5 to 20. I guess that means the effectiveness of I don't know, the sterilizer. I'm not sure what that means, really. I'm not a big sterilizer user, although I'm a big gas user. I love using the guard dog. I love using gas mines, gas grenades, you name it. The gas suit, gas strike, especially against the Terminids. I find it most effective. It's helped me a lot. I haven't really used the sterilizer much, but okay, so they increased the ergonomics from 5 to 20 on that. Moving on, we got the Stalwart. The Stalwart damage increased from 70 to 80. I've heard great things about the Stalwart, especially compared to the machine gun as well. So this is actually a good one too. This is awesome because I used the Stalwart, I think maybe once or twice. Great weapon. I like the feel of it and whatnot. So this will be something that's going to be clutch with the increase in damage now. The heavy machine gun improved armor penetration across a wider range of angles before transitioning to glancing shots. Glancing shots meaning before the bullets start bouncing off of armor, bouncing off the armor and whatnot. So this is good. This means we're going to be getting more armor penetration, which means more armor penetration equates to more damage, which is more damage that's dealt, which means you could take out the heavy armor enemies a little bit quicker, you know, than normal, which is great. Enemies. A recent software autopsy has revealed an update to the automaton situational awareness protocol. They are now less distracted by each other, increasing their reaction speed in larger groups. What I'm taking from this is that these patrols and these groups are going to be able to catch on to you a lot quicker than before. So that means situational awareness, terrain awareness, knowing your surroundings uh, what's around you, that's going to be key when you're running across terrain when you're on these missions, because you get caught slipping. We all have been there where it goes 0 to 100 like within a nanosecond. You could be just walking across the terrain. Next thing you know, you just have all these lasers just blazing at you from nowhere and whatnot. So this means just you got to be a little more mindful of where you're walking and your approach onto different enemy groups and stuff like that. You're gonna want to be a little more stealthier if possible. The less you're seen, we know, the better it is. So we've increased the number of AI calculations the game can perform. This primarily impacts scenarios with a high number of spawned enemies, improving their response times in those situations. However, this comes with a slight trade-off in game performance. Okay. This increases scenarios with the high number of spawned, improving our response times in those situations. Okay, so I guess I don't know what to take from that, but oh, so basically, it's their response times. So we have a lot of spawned enemies. Their response times in situations is a lot keener, it looks like. But it comes with a slight trade-off in game performance. Okay. Whatever that is. Moving on. According to recent intel, the enemies of Freedom are attempting to counter the Helldivers' anti-air capabilities. Newly produced automaton dropships show clear signs of hull reinforcement, allowing the main body to absorb significantly more damage. Wow. It looks like Joel got pissed because those defense missions, or even on regular missions, how many of us can relate to the fact that, especially those defense missions, the most chillest missions, you sit there, you get your recoilless, your spear, you one-tap these the dropships, they go down. We're happy, they're not, life goes on, life is good. Apparently, Arrowhead doesn't like that. Apparently, Joel doesn't like that either. So now, since we've been smartasses and we've just been dropping things left and right, now they're going to increase the main body health from 2,500 to 3,500. We got 1,000 health increase to these, but that's the main body. That's the main body. So I can still one-tap them if you hit them in the engines. That's the key. Hit them in the engines. Don't hit the main body, because you're just going to be wasting time and it's not going to turn out well. So you definitely want to aim when you're fighting these dropships. You're definitely going to want to aim for the engines more. That's the key to taking these down a lot quicker. Illuminate warp ships have been observed deploying their shields mid-flight. Okay, so the warp ships that are taken off now, they're gaining a shield. So I guess for us, that might mean we're going to have to take out the shields while they're in the air. My question is, does this affect SAM-site missiles? That's something to be seen, or I've yet to see. Maybe you guys have already tested that out. Let me know in the comments. Does that affect SAM-site, or do SAM-site missiles, regardless of shield, do they still one-shot the ships out of the sky with the shields on? That is something I would love to know, and whatnot. But I see what they're doing. It looks like they're making it a lot harder for us to take down the ships, so that it's easier for the enemy to actually drop their patrols to actually fight against us. So we definitely gonna have to be prepared for that. Automaton dropships made by, we already discussed that. The health has been increased from 2,500 to 3,500 for the dropships. So that must mean they probably didn't. That probably means that they didn't do that for any of the Illuminate ships, though. Illuminate dropships utilizes the same shield as the ones that have landed. Okay, so dropships from the Illuminate now have shields on them, like I think we just discussed. They all have shields on them, so we're gonna have to take down the shields while they're in the air in order to take them out. Unless maybe you have SAM-site on you have the SAM missiles on to your advantage and whatnot. Barrager tank turret resolved an issue introduced recently where the armor value was incorrectly set to 0. Now has the correct armor value of 5. Okay, so they fixed that. Additionally, the turret now features weak spots at the front and the back. At the front and the back, each with 750 HP and an armor value of 3. Okay, so I see if they did some tweaking here. Okay. So they gave us a chance to actually be able to take out the turrets now on the tanks. That's pretty cool. I'm just trying to blow up the tank itself, honestly. Gameplay settings added some separate settings for inverting the gyro input instead of using the invert look settings. Okay, the stratagem loadout menu has undergone an updated categorization of the different stratagem groupings. Ah, I saw this yesterday. I like what they did. They organized the stratagems now. So it's much easier for you to find your weapons and your stratagems because they organized it a lot cleaner. You're able to, everything is lined up accordingly to um, their types, it looks like. All right, fixes. Fix an issue with the extraction beacon sometimes being unreachable when landing on top of enemies. Wow. Okay. General optimization improvements in college. So these are just fixes they have. Fix the crash plane against terminates and poor network scenarios. I think we've all had those issues. Fix the rare crash that happened during game shutdown on PC. Oh, wow. Fix the crash that could occur when high amount of particles on the screen at once. Yes, I've dealt with that one too. Where we have, I think we've all experienced that, where you have the, you guys have a lot of shit just going on all at once. Just everything is happening all at once. Too much going on, and your game just crashes. It takes a dump. That sucks. I've been through that before. Glad that they're addressing it. Fix an issue where players can be blocked from completing objectives requiring call down equipment due to the required stratagem being unavailable. We've ran into that issue too. Wow. I think we've ran into issues where we get on mission and then one of the side objectives can't be completed because the beacon isn't working. And what was the result of that? We have to restart the whole mission. That sucks. You know, nobody wants to do that. So I'm glad they're addressing that. Let's see. Weapons and stratagems. Fix the G123 thermite grenade, sometimes not arming. I never had that issue, but if it's there, it must have happened. So, fix a rare crash when using the LAS 17 double-edged sickle. Never experienced that. Fix the bug where switching weapons while reloading the CB9 exploding crossbow, which sometimes discard an entire magazine without actually reloading. I've had that happen to me actually quite a few times. That was rather annoying. Rather annoying. Social and multiplayer fixes. Fix an issue causing players in low activity regions to see fewer lobbies on the planet hologram than expected. I've ran into some issue causing players in low activity regions. I've ran into that. I've actually scanned a planet just looking for some groups to join in on, and all of a sudden I couldn't find it, so I had to actually back out the menu or back out the world and then go back into it to try and see if I could find a group. Fix an issue in fixing an issue in low activity regions where lobbies were not seeing players join as frequently or quickly as before. Okay, fix an issue on low activity planets where quick play would always join your friend's game. Oh, I didn't know that. Even if they were not playing on the same difficulty. Fix the disconnection issue that could happen when playing glue missions with poor connection to the host. I've had that happen quite a few times to my friends. They disconnected. Fix some interactions not working properly after canceling the raised weapon emo. Okay. Fix an issue where adding, removing, blocking, or unblocking friends cause player cards in the friends list to display with white text and missing information until you close and open the planet again. Wow. Okay. Fix an issue that made it impossible to mute or kick players who were in the loadout when joining a squad. Oh, yeah. Well, I guess you got to make sure that that one works, you know? Got to make sure that you're able to... You got to make sure you're able to kick those guys out whenever you need at a moment's notice. You got to, hey, man, I want you in here. See ya. You know? Got it. I'm glad that they fixed that. Fix an issue that caused some new Steam players' latest profile names to not display correctly in-game. Okay. Miscellaneous fixes. Fix some memory leaks to improve performance. Fixed old text chat messages from reappearing. Fix an issue with Democracy Space Station progress bars being unintentionally curved in appearance. Okay. Fixed a bug that prevented progression through the menus when the initial language selection was set to English. So all of these are just minor. Looks like these are all fixes. That's all this is. Top priority, black box mission. Pathfinding, looks like do we have not more? Okay, so these are all just regular. Oh wow. All right, so these, that's it. That's pretty much covers that. So that's the patch. We got the new Warbond coming out on the 20th. Make sure you guys check that out. I'm ready to spend my medals. Other than that, we're gonna be streaming and testing all of these new updates out. So stay tuned for more content that'll be coming out and whatnot. But once again, I think that covers it all. We got the Warbond, we got the patch notes. Let's talk about the experience, because I dropped in yesterday fighting the Incendiary. Looks like we got the Incendiary. Looks like we got the Incendiary enemy types now for the Hulks, for the automatons. All flame, all fire. I dropped in. I was getting cooked. I was roast turkey every freaking chance I got. I was getting shot at with the Hulk's little cannonballs, the fire barrage that they were shooting off into the air at me. That was rather annoying. One thing I will say is that I recommend personally heavy armor for these new the automaton bots. Heavy armor. If you got the salamander armor, that's fire resistance, 75% flame resistance on that, and it's heavy on top of that. So I was rocking that. Once I put on the salamander and I was fighting against the incendiary automatons, it helped me a little bit. I still died, but I did not die as much as I did when I wasn't wearing it. Definitely want to recommend light armor. I mean, for those that are going medium armor with the flame resistance, if you can make it work, you can make it work. I liked the Strider convoy. I thought that was a pretty good, pretty cool addition. Went up against that yesterday. Got 5 Striders. I tend to take them out from the distance. That's what I recommend. Taking them out from the distance, it worked. I usually pack the heavy HMG with me. Heavy HMG. I bring a recoilless. My loadout is usually it's either the Scorcher or the crossbow. Even I was still using the crossbow even with the bots. To me, I loved it. I loved the crossbow with the bots. But I also used the Scorcher. I used the recoilless. Can't go wrong. I used the rocket sentry, and then I used the heavy HMG emplacement, the anti-tank. Clutch. Can't go wrong with that. Clears out. If you could get a good line of sight, a good high point of view from a hilltop, and you're looking down on a fortress, you could drop that rocket sentry not really next to you, but place it where it's smart. It's not going to blow you up, but where it can actually defend you and help you at the same time. And then drop your emplacement, and you could take out. I've taken out fortresses without even having to enter them. It was great. It was fun. I love it. Now you could apply that same tactic against the convoys from a distance. Take out those Striders from the distance. You may not be able to one emplacement may not be able to cover all 5 Striders or 6 Striders. However many are in there. You may not be able to take them all out, but at least take out the jammer. Take out the jammer Strider first. That way, if you need to get up close, if you can get up close, and whatnot, you're actually not going to be scrambled. You know, you could actually have your stratagems to use to help you destroy that convoy and get it done effectively before they reach their checkpoint. So I enjoyed that and whatnot. The new MO looks like, let's dive into it, because let's see, got the new We got the new MO here. Let's get back into it. So we got the new MO.
The hour of our next victory rapidly approaches.
Let's see what we got here. As far as the MO, defend against 8 attacks from the automatons and kill.
We cannot let the enemy
1.2 billion terminates. Option 2. If you guys get to the automaton offensive, led by the newly built incineration core, and collect the E710 to activate the Penrose energy siphon and reduce dark energy accumulation. Okay, so we're gonna go against. For this, I think Terminates is the option. We want to reduce dark energy accumulation. So I think everybody, as you can already tell, everybody's focused on Terminates right now. Do we have the Predator strain? Looks like everybody's... This is bots, I'm sorry. Let's see. Let's go over to bugs. I don't think we have Predator strain, so this should be rather easy to complete. 6,000 on occurred here. Let's see what we got here. I don't see new enemy. It looks like we fought. We got Borrock back. No enemy strain. No predator strain. Okay, cool. So yeah, it looks like we're just gonna be fighting bugs to reduce dark energy accumulation. So that's probably the smarter idea. We want to keep the Meridia from closing in on. It looks like Ivis is gonna be the next target if we're not able to save that planet. We already lost Moradesh, rest in peace. Angel's Venture, rest in peace. Gotta slow this thing down. So that's looks like what we're gonna be heavily focused on. The DSS is moved over, I think, in Martal right now. I don't know if there's plans to move it. Let me see. We could check it out. We got Eagle Storm active. Eagle Storm is active. Let's see where location. Martal, current location. It doesn't look like there's plans to move it though. Well, I mean, okay. I guess everybody decides they want it at where the bots are. So that's the new MO. I think that covers it all, honestly. So, anyways, yeah. So that covers it all. So, anyways, thank you all for tuning in. Please, once again, drop that like, drop that sub, help me grow. This is my second time uploading on YouTube. I'm looking forward to doing more content. I'm looking forward to streaming and having you guys come join the community. Come say hi to me. Let's all have fun. Let's all fight for democracy here. So please, that like and sub goes a long way. And of course, I'm still getting into making YouTube videos. So bear with me. It's a work in progress. Nothing happens overnight, but it'll be good to have you guys join me for the journey. So that being said, I'll see you guys out in the battlefield. Remember, discord.gg/liberty is the Discord. Join in. Come join all your other fellow Helldivers. Let's all have a good time. For liberty, for democracy. Till the next video, I'll catch y'all later. Peace.